this time around with my 2 kids, it was an eye-opener even for me. That is next level hard, and I love hard. If you want to do something that bad, you will find a way to do it.
Let's get into it, because I've got a chip on my shoulder about this.
What?
Geordie Stories, Charlotte, mum of 2. I'm a dad of 2. What possessed you to want to go through that on camera during that level of the exhaustion, the arguments, everything?
Listen,
so where's this idea come from? Why?
It is hard. It just was like a follow-on from the first show. I don't think I realised going into it exactly what it was going to be like. And there was lots of moments throughout filming where I was kind of like, I have never had this happen filming any show. I'm an open book. I am so laid back. There is never a point at which I feel like I'm having to think about things or really step in and say, no, I don't think we should do that. I don't want to do that. Or really overthink everything. That I've never done that, because quite frankly, I don't really care. But when it comes to me, I am an open book. I'll show whatever, and that's just how I've been since the day I came out of the womb, I think. But this time around with my 2 kids, it was an eye-opener even for me. There was times at which I kind of found myself lying in bed thinking, oh, I'm really worried. The kids didn't film all the time. They're not in the show consistently. Say, for example, when we've all been on holiday together, you'll see a lot of the holiday and they're there then. But there's lots of the show where it's just me at work, or me and Jake, or me and my mum, and it's not always the kids. But even in them short bits that the kids were involved in, I found myself lying in bed at night thinking, oh, I really would like to watch that back just to check. Do you know what I mean? And I've never felt that ever.
I mean, you've been in the public eye now for 14, 15 years
15.
kind of thing. So that's a hell of a lot of time on camera, and you've seen the good and the bad and both sides of it and what it's like to be in the public eye. So kind of when your kids are involved in that, you will know all the good and all the bad and all the things to be scared of, and I can imagine you'd lose some sleep over kind of projecting that onto them and what that would
mean. You lose a lot of sleep. They're never doing anything bad, right? They're fully clothed. You know, there's a lot of things going around at the minute. They're always fully clothed, or they're in their swimsuits on holiday. They're running around like what 2-year-olds do. And in actual fact, they're being really funny, because I've watched the first 2 episodes, and they're just being typical bloody 2-year-olds. Like, there's one scene where Alba's found a full tub of soda cream, and it's everywhere, and me and my mum are running after her, and we're like, and it's funny. And I think, looking back, if as an adult I would be like, that is so funny, I can't believe I was like that. I think when it starts to get a little bit like, I feel a bit embarrassed about that, is when they start to become like 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
And they're forming the kind of their sense of identity and personality and stuff.
Yeah.
I had the exact same pseudocreme incident literally a week ago.
It's a typical thing, isn't it? And I think everyone can relate to it, and everyone thinks it's really funny. And I know if she was to look back at that, she would laugh. She would probably love to watch all of the things she got to do when she was a baby.
Yeah.
Because on these shows, we're travelling to Australia. And when I tell it, there's so much telling someone the stories and showing pictures, but to actually be able to see footage of all of us out in Australia for the first time with that tiny baby sister, how funny she was with her nana when I was at work. She loved that, and I would have loved to see that. I would have loved it. My nana sadly passed away now, and I was so close to her. To think if I had footage of me and her when I was a tiny baby to cherish and look back on, oh my God, that would be worth its weight in gold. You can't even put a price on that. But I do think that there's an age where you have to stop. And I don't ever want to put the girls in a position where they haven't had that choice. So I do think 100% there will be a time in which I won't possibly do reality shows about my life with the kids involved until they get to an age where they're like, do you know what, Mum, I think I would love to do that. Do you know what I mean?
I was going to say, you've had so much experience and success in this area. What would your kind of guidance and advice be to them when they kind of approach adulthood, and if they were interested in kind of carving a career out in this kind of world?
Well, I always tell my kids from a very young age that literally anything is possible. There is absolutely no like limits in this life to what you can do, what you can be, and what you can achieve. If you want to do something that bad, you will find a way to do it. There's just so much out there now. Like, there's so many jobs, and I don't look down on any. I went in the jungle once in Australia, and they were all slagging off influencers, and I was like, I've got a brand, I've got a fashion brand. Without influencers and without proper style influencers and fashion influencers, like, I wouldn't thrive as much as I do, because that's like, these people have jobs in, they're like your average person stylist. So, you know, not everyone can afford to have a stylist to be dressed, but you know, like my friends who all have normal jobs, they look at people like that to get fashion ideas. Do you know what I mean? Like all of these people, they do benefit everyone in some kind of way.
Do you still have the same kind of hunger and excitement for like making television and making these programs as you used to? And what's kind of the next step? What's the next like itch to scratch?
I absolutely love TV. It's my favourite thing in the whole entire world. Like, I from a young age, I've always, when we first ever got our first ever camera phone, we always made funny videos and like loved to like make up all these stuff. So I love it. I absolutely love TV. I love thinking of formats of TV too, which I've got so many in my head. Like, it'll always be a massive passion of mine. Maybe not the reality side, but I do have other things on the bucket list. Like, it would be great to do I'm a Celebrity, the English version. It would be great to do Strictly. I mean, I always wanted to do Dancing on Ice, but that's finished now. Like, there's so many things that I would love to do, little TV show-wise. But for me, at the minute, obviously I had kids, so it went a little bit quiet for us, because when you're pregnant and you first have a baby, you're not going to get asked to do a lot of things. But
you don't have the energy to do a lot of things.
Exactly. But in that meantime, I've been slowly building my business, which is Pepper Girls Club, and that is really, really snowballing, and it's really important for me now to build a brand. I've done it all by myself. I've not had any investment. I don't have any business partners. It is literally me, my mum, and a very small team. Me and my mum pick and pack the parcels, but we are building it to be something really great, and that's really a sole drive of mine. Like, it's so easy to have a podcast. It's so easy to get asked to do a TV show and just do it. But try building a business. Wow. That is next level hard, and I love hard. I want to prove to people that I can do it, and like on this journey I've had the door slammed in my face a lot of times by investors, by accountants who've been like, this is never going to succeed, and it's just given us so much drive to be like, you just watch me build one of the biggest home fashion brands that like has even came to England, and I'll do it, and I will do it.